quick story about the found bullets. I'm not quite sure why I have such luck in my life, but I've found money on many occasions, found drugs on many occasions, found phones on many occasions, found actual gold on several occasions, got rewards for finding stuff on several occasions. And one of the things that keeps on being found by me is live ammunition, silver and copper shelling, lots of different types of shells, as well as an adult, a live, well, no, sorry, a hollowed out grenade. Just a bunch of random shit like that. Well, when I was a young kid, there was two times I ran into some bullets. One time on the beach, and those got locked up away. But then I had another collection of bullets I found on the streets of Haverhill. On the streets of Haverhill, I came across quite a few bullets, and in Lowell, some bigger ammunition for rifles. But as a kid, I didn't use these as decorations, didn't turn them into nice little jars. Like I had one big rifle ammunition that I popped the top out of, emptied the gunpowder into a baggie, and then I ended up taking a cork, shaving it down and sanding down the cork to make a perfect cap into the rifle round. And then you had a small little travel container. I put a hole through the top so you could put it on your keychain, and then you had a corked container that was a rifle round shell that had a corked bullet. So the bullet was now just a round cork that was rounded to look like a bullet and fit in the hole. So I do stuff like that. But I'm much more careful now than I was as a kid. I gave one of these bullets as a gift, as a decoration, and I thought it'd be funny to put it in multiple boxes, but I didn't remove the labels on the boxes and on the containers, and one of the boxes was a video game box, and that was a letdown, and I feel bad about letting them down because they thought they were going to get a video game. I was only a kid, so I was just trying to give a small gift and thought the thought is what counts, right? It's the thought that counts. No, not in a rich family with lots of money. You better have something good for me, was the attitude with my family. You better have something good. That's all you gave me, a bullet? Oh, you're a terrible, terrible uncle, is the type of attitude that went through the family as soon as my gift got opened. But it was all because I put it in a video game case. If it was in a regular cardboard box, they would have said, oh, okay, whatever, a bullet. But it's just a live ammunition bullet that was a decoration. How many kids have live ammunition as a decoration on their bureau or whatever? Now, originally it was supposed to be a necklace, but I didn't want to blow my face off and take another shot at blowing up. I did that for one of my girlfriends, and that was enough. I think I tried to do it with my nephew too, but I ended up saying, no, 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 this is too much. Or maybe I did end up doing it and having him go further away. Get the fuck away from get. But, anyways, there was a couple times where all I did was drill a necklace hole on the side of where the live, the fucking gunpowder was. Now, luckily, these bullets were pretty old, so there was a 50-50 chance that it would just be dud or explode in my face. And I knew that this might be dangerous, but I knew it probably wasn't. And as long as I kept other people away, nobody cared if I burnt my face. Nobody cared if my mother poisoned me. Nobody cared if people talked stories about me. We used to have a family saying, when in doubt, blame Zach. And yes, oh my God, the amount of stories I had to endure. Everything from having my own accomplishments stolen away, like swimming medals, and then stories told about me, to burning houses down because I'm just a normal kid playing with matches, to just all different types growing up. All when we came back from moving around a lot into Chelmsford, oh boy, do the stories get bad. So I was the type of kid that had no fear. I mean, I was playing with rattlesnakes, or well, not playing with them, but I was having to avoid rattlesnake holes at the age of 9, watching other kids play with black widows at the age of 9, and I had no education and roamed around a mountaintop free with lots of dangerous animals. So I had no fear left in me after a black guy choked me and gave me food poisoning. I'm wandering around rattlesnakes and dangerous animals all day long. My mother's poisoned me, destroyed my health. I'm not allowed to speak to physical doctors, or I'm ripped out of there and moved. I'm forced to do things like ballet where I'm made fun of, but I gotta man up and tell these people to fucking shut their mouths. So I'm the type of guy that literally you can burn him, you can kick him, you can, and nothing holds him down. So a bullet exploding in my face, huh? Yeah, yeah, I'd like to see that kill me. Ha 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 ha. I've taken 10 times worse at the age of 7 than a bullet exploding in my face. Yeah, I was taking overdoses like it was candy at age 7, so this bullet isn't going to hold me back. So that's the type of attitude I have. So I'm taking a drill. I have the bullet between two pieces of wood or lined up with a pair of pliers or something still. I have it pointed away into a soft, non-ricochet target with just cement with drywall sheets lined up next to it. Jesus, that's not safe. People want to watch and I tell them, no, I don't want you getting hurt. Get away from me. No, back up. Get away. And so I take the bullet and I take a drill and I'm going through this live bullet and the drill is spinning right through the gunpowder. Yes, the drill bit is literally just spinning through the copper. Oh, yep, I slipped through the copper. Now I'm in the gunpowder and in the chamber. I'm still spinning the drill. I'm still going through the copper. God forbid there's a spark while I go through the other side of the spot of the copper. Boom, I go through the other side and now I'm drilling into wood and cement. Oh my God, God forbid there was one spark or that ammunition was more sensitive. I mean, it's not the risk of the bullet per se, it's the risk of the fire coming up through the hole of the drill and frying my face and hand and causing an explosion as the shell and the copper breaks apart into pieces. Now, it wouldn't kill me because the bullet would have less strength and it would go away from my body. So the real risk is all the copper and the fire damage of the gunpowder and the burns. It would be a flash burn or some type of burn, most likely, and maybe little bits of copper in my skin. The copper wouldn't have much real, like, power to kill me, but I might be the kid with a piece of copper in his cheek. Something like that. Well, wouldn't it be the worst, seeing as I have a neurological disorder killing me? I spent 25 years trying to get doctors, and nobody gives a fuck if I'm having seizures in New Mexico. I'm left out to freeze to death because I had a seizure. Nobody gives a fuck. This has been going on my entire life. I looked like a fucking skeleton kid at fucking 8 years old, and my mother thought giving me more and more and more and more and more and more and more pills and doing terrible things to me was somehow going to help me gain weight. Fucking pouring massive amounts of dangerous pills into my diet, sneaking me pills for the adoption so I'm passed out for my own fucking adoption party, taking my swimming medals away and then making up stories about them, adding more drugs in because of that, just drugs, drugs, and more drugs, overdose, neurological disorder, not allowed to get doctor help, move them to another state, 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 cut off doctors, cut off doctors, cut off teachers, cut off doctors, cut off teachers. A lot of that type of shit. Meanwhile, I get sicker and sicker. So the least of my problems is a flash burn. I have literal organ failure, neurological disorders, shakes, problems with cold. I'm putting on jackets and on, when it's only like 80 degrees out. Just a lot of neurological symptoms that are visible to everybody. Everything from putting jackets on in winter, becoming nonverbal during winter, becoming very upset during winter when it gets windy, not being able to move, being stubborn with the movements when certain breezes come by or certain problems, having legs lock up, falling to ground at certain times, falling to ground in the kitchen, falling to ground during fireworks, falling to ground in New Mexico, falling to ground while biking, falling to legs just stop working here to here and I fall. So what is that all about? All this shit's going on and I'm not even getting medical care for it. So a big flash in the face is nothing. I'll probably get medical care for that one, so nothing will come of it. I'll get to learn a lesson. Don't put a drill into a bullet. That's the worst that will happen. Is I'll get a flash burn as long as I keep everybody else away. I mean, if my nephew gets one itty bitty burn on his finger, I'll be dead. But I can blow up my face, get poisoned, get beat, whatever. Nobody cares. So I can play with a bullet in the basement, and even if it explodes and I get hurt, nobody gives a fuck. As long as my nephew is long, long away so he doesn't get hurt. Because if he gets one little boo boo on his finger, oh boy, I'll get a whooping in another room until I'm black and blue, and I'll get over medicated until I'm drooling and I got organ failure. My mother will sneak drugs into me too just to get her way and have fun with my body. She wants to play doctor. She loves playing doctor. She stopped at about age 13, but she would love an excuse. A flash bomb in the face? Oh, yes, I love to play doctor, my mother would say to herself. So you got a lot of that shit going on. And so I'm not worried about making a necklace for my girlfriend out of a live bullet. And it all went fine. The chain went into the hole and I gave it to her. Everybody thought the bullet was still live, but no, the gunpowder was taken out through the side hole. There was no more gunpowder in it. And I think I got in trouble for making these necklaces because there was two of them. One I gave to my girlfriend, I think another one I brought to school, and there was live ammunition with it too. I was trying to give away these live ammunition as gifts. I thought live bullets would be a cool gift. And it was. A lot of people loved it. My teachers didn't. My teachers didn't like the idea of live ammunition gifts. Man, I was stupid. Well, it's hollowed out, I thought I could tell the teacher because I had the hollowed out sample. But then I gave away the hollowed out sample first. So then when a kid snitched on me, who I said, you want one too? Here you go. Just drill out a hole yourself and blow your own self up. And then the kid's like, yeah, I love this idea. I get a live bullet and I make a necklace and I blow myself up. Yes, I love it. And another kid wanted one, and there was only three total. I brought in three. And there, it really did fall on the ground too. I got a bunch of bullets out on the ground getting off the bus too. Oh my God, how many times did I find bullets? Found them at the beach, found them in Haverhill, found them getting off the bus in Worcester, but we also found condoms, ammunition, and weed. One of the teenage but older kids found weed right in the school parking lot, but it was from the people, night people. There was also used condoms in there, and just a bunch of used stuff from the Worcester people in that park right across. Because there was a park right across from the school. And the homeless people loved my old school street. Anyway, so that's where I got some live ammunition too. Actually, I think the live ammunition I drilled might have been from the parking lot because there's a live ammunition from the beach. There's a live ammunition from Haverhill on the walks. And then there's the live ammunition from when I got off the bus stop. That's all, only live ammunition, and two of them were the same type of ammunition too, like a 22 or something really small caliber. And so, yeah, I've found a lot of ammunition in my life. It's just a common find for me. And I usually turn it into little containers or necklaces. I cannot find a use for the life of me for the nitrous, the gunpowder, oh my God, I can't think of the chemical name of gunpowder. I don't think it's nitroglycerin. Yeah, it is. It's nitroglycerin. Just low doses of it mixed with a bunch of other pharmaceuticals you can buy and make yourself. Oh yeah, you can make gunpowder yourself. I'm forced to. If I want gunpowder or make my own fireworks or anything like that, I have to make my own. Everybody else just orders a bottle online. Cheap, fucking perfect. You can do a lot of cool chemistry tricks with it, do a lot of cool stuff. I have to make it from scratch. That's everything. Everything for me in life. Make it from scratch. You have to do it the hard way, Zach. Why? Your mother and father wanted it that way. Your mother and father don't want you driving. You got to go to work the hard way. Your mother and father don't want you getting health care. You got to go get health care the hard way. Your mother and father don't want you getting gunpowder the easy way. They want you getting gunpowder the hard way as an adult to protect your family. when a bunch of people start coming in trying to rape my child, I gotta make my own gunpowder to protect my family. No, I can't just buy the shit. I can't even get an antique rifle to protect my family. No, I'm banned. Why? At the age of 7 years old, I sucked on my skin. Oh my God. So we better get to his rights right away. We better take away his rights to bear arms right away. The kid's sucking on his skin and his mother says he's suicidal. Okay, how about the second report? Second report. Oh my God. He's bumping into furniture. He's suicidal. Third report. Oh my God, he jumped into a pool. He's suicidal. Next report. Oh my God, he has a couple cuts on his skin and he's dressing all in black and he calls himself goth. Oh my God, he's suicidal. So after many, many reports, plus my mother had me on medications with side effects of suicidal thoughts, I reported these suicidal thoughts after I took a handful of medication. It's about 9 o'clock at night. I took about three different medications that have a side effect. If suicidal thoughts appear or depression, call blah, 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 blah. Call your doctor right away. I experienced this. I told my mother and father about it, and they brought me to the emergency room. Then gave me more pills, upped the dosage of the pills, and I had even more suicidal thoughts from the pills. Terrible, terrible pills. I was on Seroquel, Thorazine, Trazodone, Lamictal, Risperidone, Ritalin, Xanax, Wellbutrin, and that's all at one time. That's all at one dose. Then there was another time I was on Seroquel, Trazodone, Thorazine. Then they also were giving me lithium and then risperidone. And then there was, at that time, just Ritalin in the morning and one other med. I think it might have been Wellbutrin in the afternoon, but that might have not been it. That would have been morning and afternoon. I forget what the afternoon it was. But anyways, they had that cocktail too. So there's a bunch of these cocktails, but what they all have in common is they all are depressants. They all are very, very severe depressants, as well as they all have very, very, very bad and dangerous side effects that have to be monitored for. Seizures from falls to heart problems, all different types of really severe side effects you need to be looking for. And the pharmaceutical companies are having doctors tell the parents and the people taking it how dangerous these meds could be. That's why they started to pull Thorazine back out. My mother wanted it because back in the 80s, Thorazine was given out just like the Seroquel is today. But then they switched the Thorazine for a mixture of Seroquel and Trazodone back in 1999 or the 2000s. So even though my mother wanted me on Thorazine, Seroquel, Trazodone, Lamictal, Risperidone, all these different types of drugs, a lot of them were phased out because of how dangerous they were, like Thorazine, but I was still taking them, and my mother still had me convinced that I needed them, and I was convinced that I needed these meds all the way to my 20s. Well, the sleep ones, Seroquel and Thorazine, I thought that those really were doing me some good with my sleep, except for then the Seroquel, at the age of 16, I tried to out, and the doctors told me, no, no, that those hangovers are good. Good for you. Good to wake up every morning hungover. And so I'm believing my doctor that these heart, chest pains, the depression, and the sadness I'm feeling at nighttime when I take this pill and waking up with severe hangovers is perfectly good. Just for a night's sleep. That's a good trade-off, my doctor tells me. It's not, by the way. So anyways, yeah, just wanted to go over that funny memory I had of me in a basement putting a drill to a bullet to make a necklace for my girlfriend, and then to make another necklace for my nephew, and then make a bunch more for my friends, but I stop at two. And I don't think my nephew gets the one with the hole in it. I think somebody else gets to it first. And I was going to make more, and then I decided it's probably not a good idea to try anymore. I got lucky with two of them. That's as lucky as I'm going to get. And now I got to get somebody else to be the stupid kid with the drill, putting a drill through the hole. Because I learned my lesson in Texas. Don't stick your hand in the hole. Don't drill a hole in explosives. Don't drill a hole. Don't put your hand in the hole. Don't put your nose and eyes in the hole. Things like that. So the fact that I just drilled 2 holes into live ammunition is probably enough for a 13-year-old for his lifetime. And that was it. And then I re-gifted one to my nephew, I re-gifted one to another friend, and I re-gifted one to my girlfriend, who was at my school, by the way. That's how this started. I gifted a necklace to my girlfriend that looked like a live bullet with no gunpowder in it, and now everybody wanted one. Everybody wanted to buy a bullet necklace off of Zach. But I had to figure out how to bring a bunch of bullets to school without getting in trouble. So I figured one with a hole in it necklace was good enough. No, still got suspended for bringing bullets to school.